So here I am one morning, got up, and it was kind of a typical day. I spent most of the morning trying to figure out how to pay the bills, you know, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and doing all those wonderful gyrations that you can go through with bank accounts and things. And then my sons come home from school. They come bounding in the door, and they're like, oh, Mom, it's great. Sports starts, and we've got football. We need this new shirt for football, and we got these socks that we need, and we've got cleats. Oh, I need cleats by Friday. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden, as I'm adding it all up in my head, my other son, Brian, says, oh, and you know what? I need a tube of chapstick. And yep, it was the tube of chapstick that pushed me over the edge and left my kids speechless. And you know, the good news is that they were, because it wasn't a normal reaction for me, so that's probably a good news. But to this day, if I even start to get upset at all, they'll go, this isn't going to be a chapstick moment, is it? But that was so important for us, and I want you to know that we found at least 3 tubes of chapstick. A couple of them weren't so good, but at least 3, and we found really a defining moment for us in change, and it was really the first night that we got together and we had our first official family meeting. I really thought that this meeting was going to be just about that time we spent, whether it was 20 minutes or 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, but that was going to be the time that we got organized around finances, and we set our schedules, and we did all these wonderful things, and I just thought it was going to be about that time frame. And I can tell you it wasn't just about that. It was about so much more in terms of almost like an awareness that it created in our lives. And we expanded on some of our topics, and the kids started offering like random act of kindness. And so if you look at the placemats, you'll see that what I'm thankful for. And we started talking about need versus want in terms of the things that we wanted around finances. And we started doing make a habit and break a habit and supporting each other around that. So it wasn't about that, but we also then started to see ways, you start seeing random acts of kindness. You start realizing they're everywhere, and when you put them front of mind, so it kind of created this entire guide in our lives. The third thing that I was so sure it was going to be about was that we were going to sit down and have to talk about all the sacrifices we were going to have to make. And I can tell you that I don't think there's one thing that we felt at the end of the day ended up being a sacrifice. And if anything, we took this time of crisis and we absolutely turned it into our gift. And we lost a lot. I mean, there were a lot of challenges going on, particularly around finances, but we lost our home, but we found each other. And through that, I know I became a better parent. I know that we became stronger as a family, and we actually became a team. Just understand that what I tried to do was to take what we did, and so we didn't have the placemats, right? I mean, those came later on, because I started trying to share with other families through a company I had, talking to them about this importance of having a family meeting. And I quickly found out that anymore, most families don't know how to do that. And so I thought that I could take what we did, and that's kind of how that's my creative side. I just thought if I could somehow take what we did and capture it somehow, other families could take this same journey. And it would be their own, you know, because, but this, I think, if this is the staple or this is the foundation of it, what it does is it does create that awareness that just absolutely allows you to start seeing. And to this day, my kids still send me texts with quotes that they see that either speak to them or they know would inspire me.